to help us celebrate.
Good to be here. Thank you for welcoming me. We have today, of course, now, like I said, we had an essay contest from the state of Kansas. And as Mr. Lamping mentioned, the subject was what would you study if you could spend your school day studying any topic, whether school subject or personal activity interest, what would that topic be and why? And we had over 1,000 essays entered across the state of Kansas. And the 8th grade runner-up is from right here, your school, and that winner is Morgan Thompson. Okay, Morgan, are you going to read us your essay? I happen to have a copy. Would you like to read it for us?
Sure.
Go ahead. Yes.
They roar louder than anything you've heard and destroy everything in their path. They amaze anyone who watches them. They're tornadoes, and they amaze me. Tornadoes are one of nature's most powerful storms. A single tornado can lift houses off their foundations, hurl cars through the air like leaves, and drive a piece of straw through the trunk of a tree. Even though they're dangerous, many people chase and flirt them. In doing this, they can gather very valuable information about them. This information is used to make better warnings for people if a tornado is heading their way. In my mind, tornadoes are the most interesting thing that I could study during the school day. Not only would it be fun, but it would also make people more aware of the dangers. Tornadoes are a force that we may have to deal with, so I think that getting to learn about them could also help us in the long run. I hope that in the future we will be allowed to get to know one of the most powerful forces on the planet.
All right. I kind of like this essay because about 2.5 years ago, I'm from Greensburg. About 2.5 years ago, my youngest daughter, who was in 8th grade at the time, and I were home when a tornado came through Greensburg. So we spent about 15 minutes in the bathtub in the basement while everything above on top of us was ripped away. It's a lot louder. I can teach a lot louder than what you heard on there. But it's scary. So I appreciate you being willing, having an interest in the subject, wanting to study it. Now, as a winner, you received a contribution to a Learning Quest Education Savings Account of $500. So congratulations. And we also want to recognize while we're here, Mr. Lamping, teacher, because we know that there's a good teacher behind all of our success, right? You snuck your parents in the back. Help embarrass you. So if you want to embarrass her, everybody turn around and say, "Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson."
Hi, Mr. Thompson.
Okay, thank you very much. Congratulations. Oh, and you also get plaques. Yeah. This is Oregon Trail Junior High.
Well, let me tell you, just by way of announcement, you know, Morgan's essay was one of a number of really well-written essays that many of you contributed. So while we're celebrating Morgan's essay this morning, I just want to say thank you to those of you who followed through and submitted your essay to the contest. Some of you wrote nice essays as well. Now, since Morgan said she'd like to spend one day, at least one day here at school, studying tornadoes, along with Mr. McDaniel and Mrs. McKissick and Mrs. Ryan, or Mr. Cox, we're in the beginning stages of now planning at least a day later in the school year, probably in the springtime when tornado season is approaching, where we're going to concentrate for a day or two studying tornadoes.
All right.
And you can thank Morgan for that. So that's we're working on that right now.
One quick story. I was hoping Mr. Lamping would show the scene just a little bit longer because Dorothy turns around and the house landed on the, which of the east? It landed. The house landed on the witch. Sticking out from under the house was Ruby's slippers that she picked up, right? Have you seen the movie? Okay. neighbor whose house blew off its foundation and blew across the street. About half of it was up in the next yard, and half of it was in the street. And when we came back to town, he'd stuck some ruby slippers out from under the edge of the house. So get a chance, watch the movie. It's great.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you, and congratulations. We want to just continue the celebration a little bit longer, so we've arranged for something in the back over there, and I think that